In the detail too last night, Greg, they've wiped the funding for 5,000 ADF personnel. That's because they've not met the recruitment target, so they've banked it as a saving. This is a joke.
Oh, it surely is. It takes nearly 300 days. If you try to join the Australian Army, it takes you nearly 300 days to get an answer. Well, the people who we want to join the ADF have other alternatives. They're brilliant young people. They're fit and strong and they've got degrees and high academic ability and all the rest of it. Now, this is insane, but it's been like this for years and years and years. The government claims it's improved a little bit. They've wiped 20 days or something off the recruit. Why does it take 300 days? It took the Australian half an hour to make the mistake of hiring me 41 years ago. And we've got about 10,000 fewer people in uniform than we had when our population was half the size it is today. And yet everybody in politics, Richard Marles, Anthony Albanese, Peter Dutton, they all say these are the most dangerous strategic circumstances we've faced since World War II, and then do nothing about it. So this is going to be a disaster because eventually Trump will notice that they're spending barely 2% and often, in fact, falling underneath 2%. And he'll say, well, why should Americans guarantee Australian security when they won't do anything for themselves? Meanwhile, the Chinese it is fair enough. The Chinese circumnavigate Australia. Their one leading warship had 116 or whatever it was vertical launch cells on it. Our poor old Anzac frigates, who were trying to shatter them, have 16 each. And these ludicrous Hunter frigates that we're building, costing $9 billion each and taking longer to build than a nuclear submarine, when they arrive, they'll have 32 vertical launch cells each. So you'd need to take all 3 Hunter frigates to confront just one Chinese ship. Now, this is a government and a nation, sadly, which just doesn't take national security seriously. You know, the late Jim Molan, I don't want to verbal him, but he said to me more than once, defence is a joke in this country. And sadly, it's become more of a joke under Albanese, and the situation has got more threatening, and they've done less and less. And the existing defence force we have is so old and decrepit, it's almost got to get an RACV, NRMA roadside assistance every time it puts to sea.
Yeah, and of course we only know about the Chinese and that launch, the fire launch, because of a Virgin pilot who was more attentive to our national security than I think many of our ministers. Greg, great to have you back. You've certainly fired up during the break. I think we all have. And we look forward to your contribution during the campaign.